What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to another month of Movie Monthlies here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, by my best pal, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's it going?
Good. Resident movie fan Shaun Mean here. Conor, how are you on this fine Monday?
Well, I feel like the intros have gotten worse for Movie Monthlies. I've stopped doing we talk movie news, entertainment news, and generally just have a bit of a chit chat about everything to do with film. We used to do this weekly, now we do it monthly, and now we cover all of the really big stories that all happened in June at this point.
Yeah, which also, I feel that every big story that happened in June, I think people are kind of still talking about it. Like, it's not like things have died down or that there's this 1 week cycle of news. It's like people are still talking about how The Flash really underperformed. And
we are going to touch on that.
Barbie and Oppenheimer and all this.
So, speaking of June, Dune dropped a trailer, Shaun.
Yes.
And I'm going to say it out loud, me and Shaun, our favourite movie of like 2 years ago was Dune.
Yeah.
And we've made a pact that neither of us are going to watch any trailers.
Because, and look, I know what happens in the books. It's not a spoiler thing. I just want to fucking feel something when I go to watch it, you know?
So we have to make an apology that we're not going to talk about the best thing ever for 6 months.
But we're addressing it now so that we can still use it in the tags for the episode.
Because, guys, like, genuinely, movies are great. We're on a run right now. We're on a good run, and I don't want to ruin it.
We're in for a fucking hot ticket summer right here, folks. So let's all just have fun.
We won't be doing a review of Dune. I've only seen one tweet about it, and it said this might be the greatest movie ever made. So there's my review of the trailer. It's probably fucking amazing.
Genuinely, before Dune 2 comes out, I'm going to rewatch Dune 1 like the night before.
Yeah.
And just have the best of times.
Yeah. But Shaun, speaking of trailers, what we want to do is, because we've got a month's news to cover really in these episodes now, we got to get straight into it. I can't be dealing with your nonsense of you telling personal stories where you ultimately come out like in embarrassing situations or something along those lines.
Conor, that's a Wednesday thing, please. I keep it professional. Weird News Wednesday
knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, look, that's what the people tune in for, Conor, for my childhood trauma.
Before we get into the news, if you could give this a like and follow, subscribe, I don't know how it works, on any podcast platforms. If you give us a review, maybe don't give it now, maybe wait a little while, 20 minutes, see if you like it, and then write some if you feel like we're okay, or if we're shit. Whatever takes your fancy.
Oh, we'll take any review, like positive or negative. We want to hear.
I want to hear how we can improve. But we're starting with Shaun, the movie that I know you're looking forward to most this year. Now we kind of had a thing. We kind of had a thing that the two trailers we weren't going to watch was Dune 2 and Kraven the Hunter. Now they were the two trailers that me and you agreed they're the most anticipated movies of the year.
That equal in quality and craft is the term we use.
It was, and we also had a deal for Morbius, the same level of quality. But Shaun, Kraven the Hunter has come out, and I've got to admit I broke our oath for this one because I was too excited. I needed to see what Aaron Taylor-Johnson was going to do.
Well, Conor, I also broke our oath because you texted me half an hour ago and said we're talking about the Kraven the Hunter trailer. We have to watch it.
Why are you revealing the behind the scenes? It was an oath.
Sorry. I mean, I just love Aaron so much.
I sliced my hand open for a blood sacrifice for the oath.
You did slice your hand open.
I actually did, but not separately. But Shaun, Kraven the Hunter, the trailer has dropped. It's very R-rated. I know you were shitting on this movie for months. So for months leading up to this, everything we know about this movie has been against our own will. But Shaun, this is Sony's newest entry into the anti-hero movies. What did you think of the trailer?
Okay, I will continue to shit on this movie because it shouldn't exist in the manner that it does. Yeah. And what I will say, and I have you to thank for this, isn't this just DC's Animal Man? Because he's trying to say he's a man with mystical superpowers trying to save all the animals.
I suppose Animal Man can just talk to the animals though.
Right, okay. We haven't seen that. Maybe Kraven has this ability. What I want to say is that this looks shit. This looks so bad. Someone tell Russell Crowe that he can just not take jobs sometimes. That's okay.
You leave Russell alone.
So
He's a lovely
the idea is that Kraven the Hunter, whose whole thing is that he just wants to kill the most powerful thing to make himself more powerful.
So yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Kraven the Hunter is a Spider-Man villain in which he's just a real big baddie and he hunts animals and he's the greatest animal hunter of all time, and then he eventually gets bored of hunting animals and then he starts hunting superpowered people and then he eventually tries to kill Spider-Man.
Exactly, yeah. The first time he gets bored of hunting animals, he stops using guns and decides to kill animals with his bare hands. Then he gets too good at that and decides to start hunting super people.
And so Sony looked at that origin and then decided there's an anti-hero movie in that in which we can take advantage of his maybe softer side from when he's choking like a llama to death. Maybe he's also kicking a fucking sheep, but at the same time he might be nice to some sort of child.
This is the dude that regularly turns Central Park into like a safari zone for himself and hunts Spider-Man for sport. So this is the man who killed Spider-Man to take his place.
Yeah, but he's an anti-hero now. We like him. He's ripped to shreds. Aaron Taylor-Johnson's a beast in this movie.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson looks amazing. I'll say that.
We will give him that. Well, I will also say, I think this is a good trailer. If you didn't know anything about this story leading into it, I think this would get you to go see this movie.
I feel about this how you felt about Joker, in that if you just call this The Hunter, it's a fine movie.
Yeah.
But it's Kraven, and it's not Kraven. And I'm all for, like, you can take liberties with source material and you can make it different. But this isn't a Kraven the Hunter movie.
No, but I'm also of the opinion that Morbius, I think one of those trailers looked okay as well. And so that it's not a reflection
when it had
on
all the Spider-Man
the
shit in it that they cut out of the theatrical release.
Like, it's 2 minutes and you can make it look real good. I was watching this with all of, like, when he pulls out that bear trap, snaps it on that guy's head, I was like, this is John Wick, but he's like killing hunters, and I'm kind of like, that's a good idea, except I know Kraven the Hunter's an absolute dickhead.
He cloned himself hundreds of times and then had all the clones kill each other to find the strongest clone, and then body swapped into that clone to make himself younger.
I think this review should be interjected with me saying positives and you saying more and more ludicrous stories Kraven has been involved in.
He's a monster of a man. Like, also in this movie, he is going to do. This isn't that like, oh, I want this man to kill animals. That's not the point here. But the hunter aspect of Kraven, I feel, is going to be the first maybe 25 minutes of this movie, and the rest is him going to be quite strong and fast fighting goons.
He's basically Black Panther for the rest of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, he's just like he's just strong and fast instead of strong or fast.
What about did you like the bit when he was like, oh, where's this guy? And he's like, well, you're standing in him, and the guy looks down and there's blood around his foot because he's clearly killed that guy before he turned up, and then he crossbows him to death.
It's like, yeah, but it's like, and I just watched a video about this, so it's fresh in my mind, but it's like when a wrestling company tries to push someone as a hero and try and make him the coolest motherfucker in the world.
He's saying all the quips. He is saying the quips.
All of the quips. Again, this, like, in the same way that Venom feels like it should have come out in, like, 2010, this feels the same to me.
Yeah.
That in 2010, this would have been a slam dunk.
That's actually such a good... watching this, like, he's built to be cool. Like, he's ripped to shreds. He's played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who people like. He looks really great. And he's fucking going around killing people, and he's basically John Wick, but he's killing fucking animal hunters, and he's saying all the quips. And it's like, this is really cool. And I think you will actually get quite a lot of people going to see this movie off this trailer. The problem is that Sony think this is going to be the start of a big superhero thing for this character. And I don't know if it has any more legs, because... like, Russell Crowe is Kraven the Hunter then in this. He's like that character. And Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character is his son, and he gets bitten by a radioactive lion.
I think that's, or the lion's blood, and it's probably a magic lion, you know.
It has to be a magic, like the lion is, I mean, it's a giant lion, so I must say maybe it's some sort of enhanced lion.
Kraven is enhanced, like he went through like a shamanic ritual kind of a thing to enhance his senses and things like that.
No, I think this is lion blood, though. This is transfusion powers.
He's got tiger blood. Remember that meme from 2009?
He's got lion blood, but the lion was magic, so he gets attacked by a lion, which he should be dead, but somehow he survives because the lion is the blood goes inside him, and then we have that scene of all of his atoms changing.
Love that.
I love that. Love that
one. Of my favourite things in a film when that happens.
And now he's super powered, and he's hunting his own dad.
Yeah, which, I mean, the concept of it is fine if it's not a Kraven the Hunter character, if this is just an independent movie. Like, and it just feels like they're using the name because they had... I feel like there was just a script pitched about this, about an animal rights activist action hero, and they said, what do we have the license for? And then
so when you were like, oh fuck, we need an anti-hero movie. Morbius is going to kill, but what happens after that?
How do we top Morbius, guys? We have to double it.
I like a crossbow. I'm a big fan of a crossbow in any form. That's pretty good. One of my notes is, why is this being made? And then my final note, Shaun, and I'm going to have a question to you, is Rhino is in this? We didn't know that. There's another Spider-Man villain, because they only have the rights to Spider-Man villains.
Do you know what weirdly would have been really funny? Is if it had been, they'd done the Rhino reveal and it was Paul Giamatti. From Amazing Spider-Man 2, in the suit, and they double down on that.
And he's like full-on tracksuit wearing Paul Giamatti in the fucking Rhino suit.
Barbed wire tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I think I genuinely think people would have had the same reaction they had to seeing Green Goblin in the No Way Home trailer.
That would have been so fucking funny. No, I mean, Rhino's in this. I suppose they could do him better in this one.
Yeah, like, I wonder, like, big rhino costume, or like maybe more. They're probably doing the morph into rhino version of Rhino, aren't they? They wouldn't do he's a man attached to a...
No, I mean, there's a shot at the end where his skin starts going grey and scaly, so he's turning into a Rhino man. So maybe the idea is there's some sort of, I have a plot. I haven't heard anything about the plot, but there's an injection thing going around that turns you into animals, or certain animals, and people are taking it to become big and strong. And there's an episode of Batman Beyond called Splicers, and people are splicing animals into their own DNA. And then ultimately the big bad guy, he splices too many animals at once, Shaun. He gets all big, and you gotta beat him.
Hubris. Here's my theory, right? This is bold, but I think you're right that there's some company doing weird animal experiments and fusing people with animals. And I think Kraven is going to free all of the animals, except for a single spider, which will then bite someone's hand. We won't see their face. It'll just be a hand.
I mean, yeah, and then they're like, we don't have the rights to show the face. we have the rights to show one finger.
But then, Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out.
Oh.
Miles Morales comes into live action, and it's Miles Morales is the one, but he would have already been bit technically.
Yeah, see, it's going to fall up. So you're saying Kraven is the starting point of the massive universe that they're building. It's basically the linchpin of it all.
I think Kraven is going to be the one to do it. We thought it would be Venom, then we thought it would be Venom 2, then we thought it would be but it's Kraven. Kraven's the one.
Kraven's the one. It's the underrated one. Nobody recognised it. Nobody knew it was coming. That's basically Infinity War. This is what this is.
It's pretty much the same thing.
But yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it or don't. It's fine. But it looks kind of cool. If you can. It looks like a movie you can turn your brain off and watch. And sometimes movies can be that.
Yeah, this is a movie that comes on TV and you're fine that it has ad breaks.
Yeah. Speaking of movies you can turn your brain off to watch, Shaun, Fast and Furious. Now, we have had some news this month in that the Fast and Furious world is going to keep getting bigger. Now, look, we know the movies are coming to an end, but The Rock, he's had some losses recently. And The Rock
had a few big L's for Dwayne.
He's having a few L's in a row, and since Black Adam came out, he's he's on the upward swing. His agents and his PR team are clearly like, right, we're doing a live action Moana, whether you like it or fuck it not, because that's good. Yeah. And what else are you in that makes money? Well, the Fast and Furious franchise. Cause
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise 2, 3, 4. But you're Hobbs. Even though you hate fucking Vin Diesel, we don't have to do that. Because you did Hobbs and Shaw. But now, Shaun, there's going to be a new Fast and Furious spin-off featuring The Rock and Jason Momoa's character from the most recent movie going to be called Hobbs and Reyes.
Right, so Jason Momoa famously was the most popular part of that recent movie.
Yeah, because he's acting like a madman.
Of Mr. Diesel. So they're just taking two people that are more charismatic than Vin Diesel and putting them in a movie together. I think that's the idea. Also, I think the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So the idea is that The Rock is like, well, Momoa also now hates Diesel, the car and the man. And so, like, he's like, okay, we'll bring him into our spin-off because we're going to do it anyway. We got a Rock Momoa press tour going on. I mean, you're printing money, Shaun. You're printing money at that stage. That's true. I mean, like, is Momoa's a good actor, though, as well? Like, so...
What you said about The Rock?
I would never call The Rock a good actor, to be honest.
He's no Dave Bautista.
He's no Bautista. He's not even a Cena, Connor. You know? Cena's a better actor than The Rock is, I will say.
I would say that as well. Yeah, I would say that as well. But the Cena goes to very few jungles. That's the one thing I will say about John Cena.
The Rock has cornered the jungle market, which is difficult because of all the trees. But do you think people want this, or is it just like desperately? No, we can't lose. Like, it's one of our biggest franchises. We can't just have it end. Nothing can end. It has to go forever.
I think that it's probably a combination of both of them, but I think it comes down to The Rock's team telling him, we need a win. Like, we need a hit. I can see that happening. Being like, right, we need some good press here because you're on a bit of a swing low here. So what we can do is we reveal the Moana news, which, I mean, fine, live action Moana, cool.
Still not mad about it myself, but whatever.
Less than 10 years after the previous one, doesn't matter. But this is locked in for 500 million. Easy. They're guaranteed to make their money back. They're guaranteed to be fine. The press tour will be there. It'll happen. It'll get a lot of clicks on Lad Bible and stuff. It's locked in.
They'll taste food from each other's countries and stuff like that. Like,
they're both American.
How much did Hobbs and Shaw cost to make?
I don't know, but it had Idris Elba as well in it, so I mean, I assume probably a lot.
Budget was $200 million and it made $760 million.
I'm telling you, and that's Hobbs and Shaw.
Shaw, that's what Statham. You swap Statham out for it's a difficult sentence to say. Swap Statham out for Momoa.
I think Momoa is a bigger draw than Statham.
Oh, 100%. Like, Momoa's across more audiences, I think, because Momoa has like people our age and a good bit older, but then also like young kids love Jason Momoa because he's just so cool, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think everyone loves him because he's so cool.
That's true.
We all wish we could be that cool.
I love him in Dune.
Did you know there's a number 2 coming out of that?
Dune 2.
Yeah, Dune 2
others, as you would have them Dune to you. It's a great tweet I saw.
I still can't get over the tweet with Rodney Dangerfield doing about the sandworms. That's so funny. They were all coming out previously when the last movie came out, and I sent them to you. There was like a whole thread of the worst jokes you've ever seen in your life. It's such a niche joke that you couldn't really show it to anyone else, but you're like, this is great.
And I can only hope that the same will happen again. Which is why again, no trailers. I want to be surprised.
Shaun, Hobbs and Reyes, in or are you out?
Out. I'm not into this universe at all, Connor, to be honest.
But what about at the end of the last movie when The Rock says, "I ain't hard to find, you some bitch"? Huh?
I had not seen. I've seen a bit where there's two different shots, and in one The Rock looks real big, and in the other he looks real small. I've seen that shot a lot on Twitter.
You mean the Vin Diesel one?
Is it the Vin Diesel one? They're like face to face, but the perspective is fucked.
That's I think that's 7 or 8. It might be 8 when they fall out. So they fall out while filming and they can't be in the same scene together because they have to always be the same height. But Vin Diesel's at least like 7 inches smaller than The Rock, because The Rock is like 6'7" or 6'6",
like natural height.
And Vin Diesel's just a regular sized man,
which is fine to be.
Which is fine, but like, if the other person is The Rock, you're like, it's going to be difficult. And so they shoot every scene that like they're the same height somehow.
Yeah. Well, they did the same with Downey Jr., to be fair, as Iron Man. Like, he wore lifts and he was standing on apple boxes half the time.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, Shaun. And this one might interest you, it might infuriate you, is that rumours about Deadpool 3 coming out. And that is the fact that not only is it being released early, by the way, that's just random news that I have. But also it may feature multiple Deadpool and Wolverine variants, Shaun.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. It's pretty alright, guys.
James Mangold came out about this month, and James Mangold famously recently done Indiana Jones, but he also did Logan, the best Wolverine movie, and he was like, they're kind of just like draining it dry. Now, ironically, he's doing Indiana Jones, so James, like, read the room. But
yeah, but I think his wording on it was like, oh, what did you think about them bringing back Wolverine? And he was like, I think he said like, I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed, or something like that.
Yeah. And but I think it's because like, Logan was such a good send off. This is going to involve multiple Wolverine variants, multiple Deadpool variants. Shaun, this is technically another multiverse movie. We're all loving it. I'm absolutely looking forward to more of them, is what I'm always saying to you. And so I think every movie now should have a multiverse movie.
It's been like, the thing is that we've already we've seen, because Spider-Verse has happened now, so that's my bar for, if you're doing a multiverse, it better be this. You know, like same way that the multiverse of madness came out the same time as Everything Everywhere All at Once. One of them covers it a lot better than the other. So I don't mean to be a downer on this. It's cool that we live in a world where movies are being made with the wildest comic book concepts that would have been ludicrous a few years ago. But it needs to make sense. It's not like that. My least favourite scene is that fucking Illuminati scene in Multiverse of Madness. Because it's just, here, look at these people. Look at these characters you like. That's deemed to be enough.
Also, what's really interesting, this is just like a broader talk on cinema probably the last 5 or 6 years, but that it's a lessening return every time you do it. So the movies now are kind of, this isn't just Deadpool, but like the movies now, 15 years ago, you could be like, this is so cool that there's like these different people are all, they're from the other things, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, that's so cool. And that shot in the trailer got so many fucking clicks. Like 2016 even, 2017, stuff like that got so many clicks. And we had Spider-Man a few years ago, which also worked well, but they didn't show anything. They actually did the opposite, whereas they didn't show a thing, but they're like, well, they're in it, but they're not in it, but they're in it. You know, you don't know.
Yeah, people were like, is it a cameo or are they like important to the plot? And it's like, turns out they're really important to the plot.
Whereas I find now, especially like this year, like we've seen it with The Flash, is that putting these characters in the movies for the sake of having them in the movies, for that shot, it doesn't work anymore. People don't care.
No, it doesn't have the same impact because if they're in it, and they're in it just for the sake of it, then you can guarantee they'll be in the trailer. So you've already burned the oh wow moment of, you know, seeing that character meet this other character for the first time.
I also think people probably like, and that moment in the cinema when they have like the silence after the people come in, and it's so weird that like as an audience I feel like we've kind of not evolved beyond that, but like it's happened so often that now it doesn't hit the same. Like the first few are like amazing, and we used to get really excited, like, oh, he could be in this and he could be coming back. Now when I'm like, this old character could be coming back, for example, the X-Men crew from 2000 are in this movie, and we know they're in this movie, and I told you that and you were like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
that'd be alright. Fine.
Like, what are we doing here? I heard rumours that Ben Affleck might be back as Daredevil in Secret Wars or something like that. Like, what? Like, it's like, okay, neat, but like, that if it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. Like, if them being there does not change the plot at all, and they're just there for a trailer shot or to get a wow moment or a clip on YouTube, then there's no reason to actually have them in the movie.
And I mean, like, this will just be done for comedy, so you'll have multiple Deadpools. You're going to have Deadpool from the Wolverine movie, the first one.
Yeah.
You're going to have Wolverine, or sorry, you're going to have Wolverine dressed in yellow in one universe. You're going to have Wolverine who's like 5'6" in a different universe, but also still Hugh Jackman. They're probably going to have multiple jokes.
It does also lend credence to the theory that this is going to happen in the Mojoverse, which is a world based around entertainment and the successful versions of characters would all.
I'm still like, if they try and pull off the fucking Mojoverse in these movies, which we talked about in the Psylocke review, or Psylocke Hero Zero, like 2 months ago, and my brain was boiled in that, like, there's a character who just sets up his own TV show within Marvel and then kidnaps superheroes and makes them star in it.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, and that's been in comics basically the whole time, like since the 70s or 80s. That's been a thing. But it's a natural way for Deadpool and Wolverine to meet a bunch of versions of themselves, I guess. So
yeah, look, we're going to get multiple versions of Deadpool, multiple versions of Wolverine in this. I don't know if people will care. I'm sure the movie will be grand. I know that coming up to May 3rd next year, it's coming out. I know that press tour. Ryan Reynolds, nobody worked harder than him on those fucking press releases and getting those clicks on YouTube and on Facebook. And he does put one of my favourite videos of all time is that video of Deadpool in the park with the kids before the very, very first one. And it felt like now they're like so polished, but like back then it was just like a camcorder in a fucking park.
Because no one had any faith that it was going to do well. But now everyone's trying to mimic that and imitate that.
Yeah, I think he's doing that, but now it's like such a more polished version, and we don't want to be like, you've changed, man. But it genuinely just was cooler when I was like, oh, nobody else likes this, but this is fucking funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I can't believe he's getting away with this kind of a thing. Also, can I just say, like, news stories like this, and especially in the run up to next May when this is coming out, I'm really glad we're not doing this show week on week anymore. Because it will get fucking exhausting. Like,
because I don't know how everyone else listens to this feels, but I'm kind of like, fine, yeah, all right, let's just bring out the movie. I mean, it might be cool. Ironically, actually, the bigger the movies get, the more I think, well, actually, the Batman had a very small plot, and it was real good.
Yeah, but at the minute, I'm just like, oh yeah, but like, think of all the work and dedication that went into Barbie. Like, I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
Actually, you know what? Greta's after doing it. I don't know what she's done, but she's done it.
She caused a paint shortage. Like, what's going on here?
Did you see Ryan Gosling on the red carpet talking about Ken Energy?
Yeah, your Kenergy.
Your Kenergy. And, I mean, that man's a genius. He's just ridiculously funny.
He's so good. Like, he's a man who commits to the bit as well.
Yeah,
like he knows exactly what he's doing.
And that's his quality of, like, he has the comedy of someone who's much uglier than he actually is.
Yeah, like he had to learn comedy before he got handsome.
So, Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And this is one of the worst news stories of the month that I brought to you because I thought you might enjoy it, and that is we are getting a live action Disney remake of Bambi. Yes, that's what we're getting. Fucking fantastic. If anyone doesn't know, Disney live action remakes of everything over the last 15 years. You've probably noticed Aladdin, Lion King. We had
Jungle Book, Little Mermaid.
The Jungle Book. Yeah, they're all. There's at least another 4 or 5 locked in. But
Lilo and Stitch is coming, I think.
Yes, there's a live-action Lilo and Stitch. There is now going to be a live-action remake of Bambi, in which we will probably have to look at a very realistic deer getting shot, which I'm assuming will be horrific, and I don't know what will happen when this movie comes out.
Yeah.
Why is it being made?
Like, is there, aside from the hunter, is there humans in Bambi? Or is this all animals?
I mean... probably all animals,
because then it's a full, it's a fully animated movie, which most of them are, but there's usually some level of human performance in there. But I make no secret, I don't like these remakes. I think they're just worse than everything that came before.
Like, if the animated movie was good, why release a live action thing unless you're just trying to double your money? Now, The Little Mermaid got shit on for other reasons, but apparently everyone in it is just having a bit of fun. I'm fine with that. Okay.
That's fine, but I have no reason in my life to watch that, to set aside the time to watch that.
Yeah, because like it's one of those where the original Bambi was released in 1942.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's been a few years. It's a bit longer than Moana was. I will say that, but at the same time, I also see, like, what is the point of seeing this? Who is this for? It's certainly not for, like, children, because the more live action that deer looks, the worse it's going to be.
Yeah, it's weird because the start of Bambi already traumatised a bunch of kids,
and that was the drawing.
That was a piece of cartoon that did that. So just seeing a regular ass deer getting shot. And the little mama, like, what the fuck?
Now, I will say, Sarah Polley is down to direct it, so she is an Oscar winner, and she recently won the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay for Women Talking, and so she will be working on the movie. So to do have an Oscar winner directing it, and
that's fair. Chloe Zhao made Eternals, though.
True. That movie also is not good.
So let's not ascribe an Academy Award to inherent talent.
Unless you're talking about Greta Gerwig, who has changed cinema, obviously.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Everyone goes see Oppenheimer, Barbie, double bill. We're all doing that opening
also
day.
Brendan
obviously.
Fraser, he also deserves it.
Give it to Brendan. The words they use is that the project will use photorealistic CGI to recreate
that's a
the
new
movie.
thing.
Yeah, that's good. I really like when it's photorealistic. That's really good.
That's not a selling point anymore, is it? That's genuinely, inherently, I think that's maybe a turn off for some people. Being like, oh, we're using a lot of CGI in this movie. Oh, cool. Great. Neat.
Yeah.
But then Christopher Nolan's like, no, we made an atomic bomb and we set it off. It's cool.
We killed so many people, but I really wanted to get the shot.
I saw a thing and it was like the dream house from Barbie is up on Airbnb as a promotional thing.
No, I know what the joke you're going to make.
Everyone was just like, Oppenheimer marketing team has the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world.
We bombed the city. Hey, let's go see the movie. So the upcoming live action stage, just to let you know, is Snow White. That has Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot in it. That's for next year. Mufasa, The Lion King, directed by Barry Jenkins, Oscar-winning Barry Jenkins. It will be the year after. And Lilo and Stitch will also be coming out. So, I mean, that's a dream trilogy.
None of these sound good. None of these sound good.
We always just come back to, I mean, they're not for us. That's fair enough. Maybe they're for you listening. Maybe you're interested. But, like, if you are aiming towards the younger demographic, what 12-year-old or 7-year-old prefers to watch the live-action Lion King than the animated Lion King?
Yeah, like, it doesn't... Like, those older movies, they're timeless, you know? Like, they're always appropriate for the era that they're in. Apart from some stuff, but we won't get into that. But
there's some stuff that's a bit fucking iffy.
But because of the coherency of the art direction in those movies, they don't look dated aesthetically. They're stylized. They have it's fine. It's fine. I hate CGI. These fucking no.
I've got a double bill for the next piece of news, Shaun.
All right. I'm going to put a heart monitor on for one of these episodes one day and just see what happens.
Come on now, right? Because we have the Flash, Shaun. Not only the Flash. And that is, I've got two pieces of news. One, the Flash, as everyone knows, bombing big time. It's not going well. And so there's also another thing, is that the director, however, of the Flash, Shaun, has been brought in to direct DC's Batman movie.
Oh, that's the Brave and the Bold?
That's the Brave and the Bold. So Andy Muschietti, who is the director of the Flash movie, Variety have confirmed that he will be directing Batman the Brave and the Bold. So that James Gunn and Peter Safran have released this news. He's locked in to be the director for that movie. They still have no Batman, but they have the movie lined up, and he will be directing it. Shaun, how much pressure is on this man?
So much. Now, look. The Flash isn't in that the blame does not rest on the head of that man.
No, that movie got passed around about 75 times before it got to him.
Yeah, he was just the last one to.
And also, he got stuck with Ezra. Like, Ezra's locked in when he turns up.
Yeah, so maybe with a clean slate and, a guiding hand in the form of James Gunn and Peter Safran, maybe. He'll do a better job. It's like, again, like Chloe Zhao made Nomadland and Eternals. Like, directors can do different things depending on the studio they're working with and the material that they have. So I wouldn't fucking write Batman off straight away. I would also say, who's to know if Warner Brothers will still be around by the time this Batman movie comes out? Because what's fucking happening over there, lads?
They have too much money to fail, but they're still failing so badly.
They're losing so much money.
So much money. Why just someone help us budget this? Come on.
And also apparently Aquaman 2 is on track to be a really bad movie.
Yes.
That's the word on the street.
So the news is that Blue Beetle, by the way, will be the launching point of the new DCU. And so I think Aquaman 2 is basically discounted. And Blue Beetle is now seen as, like, James Gunn has said, okay, Blue Beetle counts, but Aquaman doesn't, even though Aquaman 2 comes after Blue Beetle. Let's not look into that too much.
See, that's interesting to me, because we do get a Batman mention in the Blue Beetle trailer. They call Batman a fascist. So I guess if Batman has a Damian and a kid, he's probably been around a couple of years, right?
Yeah, so there was a few options in terms of the Batman. Now, look, we can speculate all day. Like, we can do all the obvious choices. Nicholas Hoult, once again, tried out for this. We'll come to him later on when it comes to Superman. But Jensen Ackles got thrown around. He's always been involved with Batman stuff for years. And live action, he looks really good as Bruce Wayne, but I do think he's a bit too old to be Bruce Wayne.
It's a bit old if they're going for the youngerish Superman as well.
Yeah, no, I do, because they've already kind of done the young Superman, old Batman thing in literally like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe doing one where they're the same age.
Yeah, and they're friends, like they are in the animated series. Like,
yeah,
that could work really, really well, I think. So I don't. We're kind of just deviated a little bit. I like that Blue Beetle is getting a fair shake at it. That they're really being like, no, this could work. And
so
also,
I think it's a very James Gunn move to be like, that's the underdog. I don't think people are going to like it. Let's pick that one as the launching point.
Oh wow! Imagine launching a successful superhero franchise off of a non-household name superhero,
and like making it, like smashing it, and then be like, oh fuck, now we got another big one.
And having a dedicated creative team behind it who just want to make it as good as it can be.
Yes.
Like, you know, it could work, and it could be it's just weird enough to get people in. And if it doesn't do well, you can always say, oh, well, it's a bit weird. Then when you slam dunk it with the Batman-Superman combo, then you get a little universe going.
Well, you see, look, okay, Andy Muschietti directing this movie. The one thing I would say about this is this not the most poison chalice of all time? That you get to direct a Batman movie called Batman the Brave and the Bold. It's part of DCU. But over to the side there is Pattinson and Matt Reeves. And they're coming out with Batman 2 next year. And, like, what do you... Like, no matter how talented Andy Muschietti is, there has to be a bit of him that's like, oh, fuck. All right. It reminds me of that scene of The Simpsons when Homer Simpson is like, you're Daryl Strawberry. You play where I play. Yes. Are you better than me? I've never met you, but yes.
Yeah, literally. Like, it's... You're being compared to probably the most excellent example in the genre at that point. Like, it's and also that character, if Pattinson's character, you could call him a fascist with the way he is in that movie. Oh, totally, yeah. Like, yeah, like the idea that one man is in charge basically of stopping crime in Gotham, like, and he'll do whatever he needs to do.
But this also kind of confirms that Pattinson's Batman is not going to be the DCU Batman because there's another director now involved in a whole new project. Which is good. I was really worried they were going to start folding it in. But no, keep him separate. Keep him safe. He's so fancy. Good luck, Andy Muschietti, if you can pull this off. Because I love Batman. I would be okay. I like a good Batman, it would be what I would say. But it's going to be real tough. Real difficult. Do you think, in terms of Batman movies... Is there more good ones or bad ones? Oh, depends where you're coming from. Because obviously Batman and Robin is the best one. So yes, that's... of course. Okay, so look, we're going to take the Nolan trilogy. Obviously, they're 1 and 2 definitely. Third one, not quality-wise, is lower, but still excellent compared to the rest, I would say. Yeah, on the whole and against the rest of the scale, yeah, I think those 3 are good. Okay, so you got 3. You got the Batman is 4. I'll give you... Give us the first Keaton. I think first Keaton's pretty good. Yeah, I guess. And it's iconic, yeah. So Returns we don't like, but a lot of people do like it. That's a terrible... Outside of Batman, that's a terrible film, everybody. Yeah, we reviewed it for the Patreon if you want to go over there. We chat on it for an hour. We also have Kilmer. Jim Carrey's doing a lot of cocaine in that movie. Yeah. It's fine. I wouldn't say it bad. Like it's fun to watch on a rainy day, but it's not a good movie. Is what I would say. Right, of course, that old adage. It's a difficult one to put in. And then obviously Batman and Robin, bad. So then Batman vs Superman, bad. Justice League. That's not a Batman movie though. Not really. Fine. So I think it's 5-4. I think it's good 5, bad 4. So, Mr. Muschietti, you could really... You could either... balance the scales. You could balance the scales, or you could give us a little bit of an advantage here. We see Matt Reeves is coming out before that, so the scales are going to be 6-4. I'm all in on you Reeves. Don't know that, Connor. He could fumble the bag real hard. Like Denis Villeneuve for Dune 2. I've never been more confident than 3 movies, the Spider-Verse movies, the Batman sequel and the Dune sequel. I was like, no, the 3 of them are grand. Like, I love how much you like Dune, by the way. Because I remember trying to explain it to you and you're like, this is nonsense. It's like a good Star Wars. Nobody come for me. Come on, guys. Yeah, he's right though. He's correct. Come for me. I don't give a shit. Why are you booing him? He's right. Shaun, I have sad news. It's kind of a bit of an in memoriam day. I don't really know how to tell you this. It's kind of related to the Kraven the Hunter thing. Is what the fuck? The movie El Muerto has been cancelled. It's been muertoed. It's off the Sony release date list. Oh my god! For 2024, and we don't know if it's going to come back. But what will the El Muerto fan think? It's just, I have to be honest with you, it was my most anticipated movie of the decade, and now it's gone, and I don't know what to do with myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's crying actual tears. I hope you know.
Yes, I'm an actor.
He's really committed to the bit.
Yes. I just love El Muerto.
He's riddled with hay fever. So,
Shaun, if you could describe why El Muerto being cancelled is funny to anyone who maybe didn't keep up with this story, it'd be great.
Imagine you're Sony and you have access to all of Spider-Man's rogue gallery and can do basically whatever you want with them. But then there's this one lad who's a luchador, and he's got 2 comics that he appears in.
2? No, that wasn't a he didn't misspeak.
One more than
2
one.
2 issues.
2 issues of a comic where he interacts with Spider-Man. He's a villain at first, and then he's a successful luchador, I guess. And then I think he was to be played by Bad Bunny, is the rapper,
Yes.
Who just likes wrestling, apparently.
He was wrestling recently this year. He was on a pay-per-view fighting.
There you go. So and so they were like, oh, and it's a match made in heaven. And so they announced Venom 3, Kraven, and this all at the same time.
It was down to release January 2024, so about 7 months from now, or 6 months from now, it was meant to come out. And unfortunately, it's been pushed back, okay? So it's not technically cancelled. It just has a new release date that, maybe they're changing it. The movie's still happening, Shaun. El Muerto's still locked in. He's going to carry this he's going to carry this universe to greatness.
Maybe they're making it better, Maybe he didn't do enough Muertoing at the time.
It's Muertoing time.
It's Muerton time.
Are we sad about El Muerto? Possibly we won't be able to see him for a while.
I will level with you. Until you brought up this story, I forgot El Muerto was happening.
But do you not remember the holy trinity of Kraven, Morbius, and El Muerto? That was. We and you said we were gonna. We made another oath. I know we did. That we were gonna we were gonna go see all of these movies and then maybe sacrifice a goat or something. Do you remember we did that?
No, I think that was your local priest you were talking to at the time.
Yeah, sorry. He hates the goats around here.
Yeah, it's not even about sacrifices for him. He just fucking hates goats.
I'm just like, Father, I've sinned, I've cheated on my partner. Let's go fucking strangle a goat. It'll make you feel better.
It's the only thing that'll cure you.
So yeah, look, Sony Spider-Man spin-off. It's lost its 2024 release date. Everyone calm down. It's probably still going to happen, okay? It's just...
And look, you can reread all of those comics in about 2 to 10 minutes, I would say.
They're 20 pages each. He probably appears for maybe 7 of those pages, but it's going to be a good 7.
Yeah. Oh, it's some of the best 7 pages you'll ever read.
Yeah. Shaun, also I just didn't mention the Flash thing, was 2 things that we really should discuss. Was that one, the Flash, there was already apparently a Flash sequel script already written. That's good. Because they were locked in for this happening. But something else I wanted to
be a success.
The main thing I wanted to cover with this was the fact that it's the biggest box office disaster of all time.
Is anyone surprised though?
Well, yes, I would say it, because okay, maybe not all time, but it's the biggest flop of probably this year. Now, I don't really like the term of it's the biggest flop, it's the biggest hit, whatever that fucking shit. Really, if you just break it down, it's just made a lot less money than we all thought it was going to be. Turns out people didn't want to go see it. It's made $200 million. Mm-hmm. It's been out for 3 weeks, and it cost $220 million to make.
So, and then it had to be marketed not once, not twice, but 3 times as well. Yeah. This movie.
So it's an American box office. It made $55 million in its first 3 days. Excellent.
Wow.
Then its second weekend, they lost 73% of that, taking in only $15 million on its second weekend.
Gee, and it's summer. Schools are out. Kids are going to the cinema. They're just not watching this.
And it's mad because it came out on June 16th. It's got Ezra Miller, it's got The Flash, it's got Michael Keaton's Batman, it's got Supergirl, it's got Zod, it's got a whole bunch of universes, but more importantly, it's got Tom Cruise saying it's the best movie ever. James Gunn came out and said this was fucking great. James, I don't know what happened. Why did people are saying it is a good movie? CGI is atrocious in it, in fairness, but in terms of, and also some bits where they bring back people who are not with us anymore. Really bad taste.
Really weird. One of whom fucking hated the fact that he was only known for Superman.
Exactly. But the fact that it flopped at all to this degree is maybe, I would say it's probably down to two things. Maybe I want to hear your opinion on this, but like it comes down to Ezra, I would say. And also I think people are sick of this universe.
I think they're sick of this universe, and I think they know that it's not going anywhere. Like, as in, there's no plan for the rest of this universe. This film doesn't matter, whatever happens in it. Like, I think it's just gonna... I don't even know if this universe, the DCEU or whatever it's called, gets a send-off. I think it just stops one day, and we never revisit it again.
For example, somebody said Warner Brothers needed a Batman-level gross, but instead they got a Green Lantern-like level gross.
Tough. Tough things to be saying.
It's really interesting, but I also think I'm going to come out and say this, Shaun. I think it's actually a really good sign, because I think people are now going to see good movies, movies that they like more so.
100%. And like, people are like, voting with their wallets is the fucking term that people use, but people are just sick of seeing the same old shit over and over again. And
Marvel have accounted to that as well. So it's a combination of...
Across everyone. It's like, it's superhero fatigue, it's multiverse fatigue, whatever you want to call it. It's bad movie fatigue. People are just like, I'm not... I have better things to do with my time.
And I think, like, it was weird with the pandemic and all. And then afterwards, now people are like... I just want to go to a good one. Like, if I go, like, everything costs like 20 fucking euro to like get anything to go to the cinema. If you bring any kids with you, you're spending fucking over 50 easy. And so like, just maybe do a good movie. And it's so strange because like names don't no longer drag it in. It's not like, that's what we were talking about earlier on. It's like, oh, Batman's in this, I gotta go see it. It's like, well, is it good? Like,
I don't care.
Batman versus Superman, ironically, in this environment, gets destroyed. I think gets destroyed way more than it did. It got, because that's 2016. I mean, it had a drop off, but that still made like $700 million.
100%, yeah, no, and we were forgiven a lot back then because it was what it was. I also think, like, we went through like the pandemic, and then everyone values their time and money more. Whereas back when Batman vs Superman came out, it was just, comics are the new thing. Got to go see all the comic stuff, otherwise you're out of the loop. You know. But now it's like, it's fine.
Ironically, it does have a very high score on Rotten Tomatoes. That like
it has audience score
84% on the audience score. Like, see, that's incredibly high.
It is, and I don't put too much faith in Rotten Tomatoes ever, simply because it could be review bombed positively or negatively by audiences. Like, that can be orchestrated and things like that. It does say a lot, and I have heard like the general feeling on Twitter is that it's a fun movie with horrendous effects. But and look, I've not seen it, but from what I've seen of the trailers, etc., I have no interest in watching that movie. Which is what a trailer is meant to do, is you can determine whether or not the movie is for you. And I
think you're right in terms of that. It's the DC vibe. People know it means nothing. Yeah. And so it's not building to anything. And so, but also we've always said, like, just make a movie. But like, with these superhero movies, I think there's something intrinsically linked, because we know DC are trying to build a universe that, like, when they're like, oh, well, it's actually just dying. Like, this is like the last few weeks before the comic book writers know New 52 was coming in. And these are like the 3 issues before that. And they're just like, oh, this is a good story, but nobody really cares because they know there's going to be a reboot in 3 issues.
So you're not getting you're not going to get sales numbers on those issues because it's not really going to matter.
And also, nobody likes Ezra. I think this is the first time where I think people just turned on a lead character. It's like so badly,
but not for no reason. Like,
no. Like Ezra did so many crimes.
No, yeah, like they were an actual criminal. They were on the run. Like, that's not forgivable. It's fucking wild that this movie came out, in my opinion.
I mean, they went to the press conference. They were like, I'm not going to answer any questions, but I'm going to make a speech. I'm like, nah, mate. Like, you don't get to make speech. I don't get to murder someone and be like, no questions, please.
Wasn't the lady who plays Supergirl, Sasha Calle, wasn't she doing a lot of the press for this movie?
Oh, she was. Her and Keaton were carrying this.
Like, and that's great. And they're like, those are two.
I think she's great, by the way. I think she's really
great. Good.
Yeah,
no, I would like genuinely, if like we could keep her in the new DCU, that would be excellent.
That'd be great. Speaking of Supergirl, Shaun, we're going to finish on the news that might be positive. There was a lot of negative there stuff, but that's the old universe, Shaun.
That's true.
It's behind us.
It's the old us.
It's the old us. We're new us now. We're Superman us. We're the James Gunn Superman us. Legacy Superman version. That is, we have a new Superman and a new Lois Lane that were confirmed over the last week by DC. We have found Henry Cavill's replacement, and he looks like Henry Cavill, but a different version, and that's really good because Henry Cavill looked like Clarke Kent. So I mean, this is the thing. Why not? They don't really mix with Superman castings.
You're casting for an existing character, so
Brandon Routh was a great cast as well.
Yeah, unreal, and like, I like that they've gone the younger Superman route as well. Like, it's much more interesting to me.
So it's David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan are going to be Clarke Kent and Lois Lane in this movie. I think this is a really good choice. They're both, I think, like 30, 31, 32, around that age. So they're probably going to be here for a long haul. Movie written, of course, by James Gunn. I think this movie could be really great. And I think it's really good that they picked two people that like wouldn't have been like top of everyone's lists. But there's a weird thing that they're like, it's kind of a safe pick, but sometimes the safe pick is the good pick.
It's better to, like, I get what they're doing. I get what you mean. Like, he's on every list for who would be a good Superman actor, and that's for a reason. He'd be a good Superman actor. I'm looking at his IMDb. I've not seen anything that he's in. He's in an episode of House of Cards, I think I've seen, but nothing. I don't know his range as a person. I will say Rachel Brosnahan is in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and she's fantastic in that. She is so good. Look,
the thing is, we trust James Gunn in terms of, he might have been wrong with The Flash, but I mean, he's going to say that. They were all saying that. Everyone was saying that. But it's a case with this, in that, like, I don't think he's going to cast. He hasn't cast anyone wrong yet. Like, Guardians are all cast perfectly.
Yeah,
so
we've talked about this before, they were out there casting choices as well.
Yeah, like Chris Pratt. Who the fuck was going to pick Chris Pratt as Star-Lord? Absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
That's why, like, this is probably a safer option, but it's also an option that he can, like, then mould them into whatever version of Superman he wants. Whereas if you bring in somebody like, I don't know, Tom Cruise, everyone knows the type of movie you're going to get. Whereas they're a little more of, they might be seen as, if you just look at a photo, oh, they look like Henry Cavill, or they look like, that's cool, that's grand. But in the movie, they could be really fucking great, like, depending on what they're told, what direction. Like, it's all down to the script and the direction here in terms of what they can do.
100%. And look, from a studio perspective, they're probably delighted because, like, David Corenswet is 29. Like, he can be in these movies for 15, 20 years. Yeah. And he'll still look the part as Superman.
And, like, he's going to be fucking jacked to the gills. They're going to put him on this, like, 6-month fucking train thing. I also, between you and me, this might be unpopular, I kind of like a not very muscly Superman. Like, just lean, because he's, like, superpowered. It doesn't matter.
I get that, yeah. Like, he doesn't, like, it's in Flashpoint when he breaks out of in the comic, when he breaks out of the, like, holding cell underground, and he's never had radiation before. He's all emaciated. but once he gets sunlight, he's still really, really strong. Like, that's really cool. I think Brandon Routh was a good level of build for Superman.
Yeah, like Henry Cavill was gigantic. He looks like he's a massive human being. But like I do there's charm in the fact that like he doesn't have to be a giant. He's just powered by the fucking sun. Like it's like the Flash doesn't have massive quads. Like it's fine. Like,
it doesn't have to like biologically make sense. He can just be really strong.
We trust that he's quick, or we trust that the Superman is strong. That is grand.
Yeah, so I think he's going to get strong, but I don't think he's not going to get like Chris Hemsworth big. I
don't think anyone could. I think Hemsworth and Cavill are like different level.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think this movie could be really, really good. And that's a really positive thing to say about this, because they need this. Yeah,
they do. And the characters need it as well. Like, we deserve a good Superman movie.
Also, Lex Luthor, who you cast him?
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg again. No. Who?
You know what? I was thinking Nicholas Hoult. Like, again, like I know that's been rumoured, but like he's up for Superman and Batman and Lex Luthor consistently. But like,
I'd like to see him as a villain. Do a full like Tony from Skins version of Lex Luthor, who's just an absolute sociopath. Does not care about anyone around him.
Yeah. Just
give me
do Lex Luthor from the Justice League cartoon. That Lex Luthor, but in movie form.
Yeah, or Schmidt from New Girl.
Have you been watching New Girl?
I've been watching clips of New Girl. Occasionally I'll sit down and watch a full episode.
I'm a New Girl stan, Shaun. I'm all in about my one episode. You should watch season 2, episode I think 9. It's called Menzies. It's got the best scene of Nick of all time.
Okay,
I think it might be episode 9, episode 8, something like that.
Season 2, episode 9 of... So they're suggesting all these other shows. Succession, Breaking Bad, Ted Lasso.
No.
I'm going to pop in New Girl.
We want the New Girl version. I think it's around that one.
It's called Eggs?
No, it might be 10 then. It might be 10.
All right. Look, I can determine this off mic. We don't have to sort this out on the show.
If I was close enough, I'll take that. If I was within one episode.
It's... can I see all these episodes? New Girl, season 2 of New Girl. Hang on. How many episodes are there?
There's 22 a season or 25 a season, yeah.
What do you think the name of it was?
Menzies.
Season 2, episode 7.
Oh, I was way off. Way off.
You're an absolute fucking disgrace.
I'm a rookie. Shit, such a good episode. It's got the first introduction to Tran on the bench talking to Nick. I would have seen it. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
You guys get it.
You guys get it. This is fucking comedy. But I think Superman's going to be good. I'm really happy with all those castings. People go watch New Girl. But Shaun, I think that's kind of it.
I think that's it. Do you want me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Movies Monthly. We will be back not on Wednesday because I am away. Might be something on Friday, but we're not going to lock anything into that then. But then the Wednesday after we'll be back for Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you to all of our patrons over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And special shout outs go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu Dozer Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles loves you and is hoping you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash, It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Luke Darth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Buster, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine have struck again when Shaun least expects it. Russ, I too wandered outside in a storm and strangely was struck out of nowhere by 2 saucepans Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim, Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon, and Ciara Lawler. Thank you all so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Head on over there if you want to support the show. There is also heroesforhire.ie/shop. That's our merch store link below. Twitter's at Heroes for Hire Pod. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meighan.
I shall see you all next month.
Bye.
Bye.